we are moving on to our second chapter book read aloud of our time not together, but online together. So it is my very favorite character. She's creepy, she's cool, she's weird, she's a mad scientist. It is Franny K. Stein. So we're going to jump into the first book of the series. Now at school we read The Fantastic Voyage, right? Because we were really looking at all of the ways that the chapter titles hinted at what was going to happen. And we're really following along for all the small problems in a story that lead up to that really big problem. So Franny K is really good for that type of reading skill. This book we're going to dive right into. If you've read it already, since it's the first book in the series, I understand, but stay tuned because all the questions I ask you and things that we talk about are big second grade reading skills. So I want to make sure that you're still getting access to that. Here's what the book is about. Franny K. Stein is not your average girl. She's a mad scientist. She prefers poison ivy to daisies. And when Franny jumps rope, she uses her pet snake. The kids in Franny's class think she's weird, wacky, and just plain creepy. Tired of being stared at, Franny decides to attempt her most dangerous experiment yet. She's going to fit in. But when a giant, monstrous fiend attacks the class, everybody knows it's up to a mad scientist to save the day. But has Franny lost her creepy, crawly ways? We're going to read, and we're going to find out. We know that every Franny K book starts the exact same way by describing Franny's house in the first chapter. So we're going to jump in there. Franny's house. Chapter 1. The Stein family lived in the pretty pink house with lovely purple shutters down at the end of Daffodil Street. Everything about the house was bright and cheery. Everything, that is, except the upstairs bedroom with the tiny round window. We know who lives there. That room belonged to Franny K. Stein, and she liked to keep it dark and spooky and creepy. Every few days, her mother would come and redecorate Franny's bedroom with daisies and lilacs and pictures of lovely horses. It would always look so sweet and pretty. But by the very next day, Franny would somehow manage to make it look dark and creepy and spooky again. That was how she liked it. Like a dungeon, complete with giant spiders and bats. Bats? Where does she even get bats? Her mother would ask when she saw Franny's room. Is there a bat store or something? Of course there wasn't a bat store around. The bats just kept showing up. The bats liked Franny's room, and Franny liked the bats. They're like rats with pterodactyl wings, she'd say. What's not to like? Knowing that a pterodactyl is a dinosaur, the ones that fly with those really big wings. Here she is with her bats. I'll show you the second chapter anyway. Chapter 2, Franny's room. Franny's bedroom was really something special. It had big steaming test tubes, strange bubbling beakers, and a whole bunch of crackling electrical gizmos that Franny made all by herself. Franny's room also had a giant tarantula cage, a snake house, and a tank where she raised a special breed of flying piranha. She couldn't imagine why anybody would want daisies and lilacs when they could have poison ivy and Venus flytraps. There's no comparison, she'd say, ducking one of her flying piranhas. Franny thought her room was so great and so wonderful and so perfect for her that she almost never wanted to leave it. But she had to, of course, for things like going outside, eating dinner, going to school, and using the bathroom, which is something Franny really liked to do. Oops, that didn't sound right. It was the going to school that Franny really liked. All right, we're going to pause there. I know it's just a short bit, but I want you to answer the very first question. So it's just really kind of an introduction to the book. So to get our minds ready, I want you to think about your room. Maybe not your actual room at home, but your dream room. Franny's room is everything she wants it to be. She has the tarantula cage, and she's got, poison ivy decorations, kind of kooky things, which don't feel so kooky to her. They feel like exactly who she is. So I want you to think about if you could design your room with anything at all. Doesn't matter about money, or doesn't matter what your adults say you can and can't do. Anything that you want, what would your dream room look like? So I'm going to provide you a paper with a space to draw what it looks like, and then a space to explain. Now, you can just comment straight on the Padlet, and you can use any blank paper at home if you want to draw your dream room. Your choice. Or you could use the paper that I give if you have a printer at home. If you don't, no worries. So that's how we're going to jump in and get started. And then next time we're going to hear about Franny heading to school and what her experience is like. All right. See you later.